get a connection?
Oh, you're right. Do
Right, well, we're on now. So who wants to do a recap of what happened when we played last week?
We spent way too long throwing flour about.
Back it up. Back it up.
Mushrooms.
Okay, hold on. I've got notes. We went to Cern Village. We went to the tavern. We met a barkeep named Uskar. And we were pretending to be Dragonborn people. We ordered some food. We talked with the barkeep. The barkeep told us that Clan Ulrus, who we're trying to contact, usually collect food from the village monthly. And he also told us that the former Ulrus clan member, Akon, was living in the village because they left the clan to go and live in the village with their husband. Then we went to go see Akon and pretended that I was a child that really liked magic to talk to him. And then we convinced him to come see us at the tavern to talk to him. And we basically asked him how we would get into contact with him and revealed who we actually were. And he was pretty chill with it. That was a really chill encounter. Meanwhile, Zorgar was getting a revolution among the the village folks.
Farms.
That's some stuff on Sora. Yeah, we then the next day we left the village. We found a plate with some flour on it in a bag. Stayed there for a couple hours trying to figure out what that meant. Didn't mean anything, so we left. And then we came to a bit, and everything was freeze framed. And now we're talking to Mr. Ulrus, the Cerulean.
Mr. Ulrus.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just missed the getting absolutely baked at the start of the session.
That did all.
While their mom watched.
Or Skaglags, yes! Those were great. Rack's a big fan.
While we were trying to negotiate a peace deal with a clan, getting baked in the woods. Yeah. Yes!
As you do.
Yeah.
Do the bites.
So you guys, it's been a week, so I'll do the description again. We barely got started. So you're walking through the mountains, and you round this bend, and you suddenly you feel everything goes still around you. There's this butterfly that is kind of floating into view, that is then stops, freeze framed. You feel all the wind just cut out, and then there's like this flash of light, and you are in a room basically. There's a large glass table, and there are 11 figures seated around it, and you can see there are also it's kind of the area around this table is kind of blurry almost, and you can see there are these other figures in different colored armor, but kind of blurred so that you cannot see their features. So around the table, you can see kind of like sort of almost looking directly at you. You can see Balasar as he's kind of bent over a table like mid-conversation. All these people are freeze framed as well, totally frozen. And he is talking about something. He's got his crown on, he's wearing his armor, he's got his big cape behind him. To his left there is this red-scaled dragonborn, also in plate mail. They have these big curling antelope horns, or ibex horns, like they kind of curved background. They're missing an eye. On the other side of him, there is this bronze dragonborn who is wearing a naval jacket, and she has kind of spirally horns, like an antelope's. There is a green scaler who is just wearing simple clothes, and on their right hand, the fingernails are made of iron. They're like iron claws. There is a black dragonborn who is wearing fine clothes. just kind of looking. She's wearing glasses, looks quite bored. There is this kind of slightly overweight copper dragonborn in a big fur coat, lots of rings and stuff on him. He's kind of watching Valasar quite intently. There are two well-dressed white dragonborn who are also watching Valasar with fairly thoughtful expressions. There's an elderly-looking brass dragonborn who's got a kind of leaning on a cane near the table, and there is a middle-aged silver dragonborn who has this symbol on his tabard. He's wearing like chainmail. Can I get that in focus? It's like that. And then there is this blue dragonborn they have these curling ram horns. They've got all sorts of gold jewelry on their face and hanging off their horns and on their fingers. And there's a staff on the table next to them, and they kind of pick it up. Everyone else is kind of freeze framed still. And they pick it up and stand up and turn around to face you. And they said, Sora Markex, back from the dead. And this must be the two hatchlings, come to reclaim their homeland and liberate the people and marry the beautiful princesses as the fairy tales say. My apologies, I cannot meet with you in person. As you can see, I am otherwise engaged, although I understand you sought an audience.
Is she addressing all of us or just Sora?
All of you. Mostly Naren and Zorger.
Fuck you, Mum. Thank you for, I think, taking the time out of your day to speak with us. Also, can I be taking a look at the table? Is there any map or notes or anything on the table?
You can see there are papers laid out on the table, but there any details on them are kind of blurred as well.
Of course.
I like to kind of go to the table and kind of tap on it, figure out, feel the texture, dragon glass, just kind of give a little inspection.
I take it that's the cleric, is it?
Now be him.
Just admiring the table.
I see you've done some research on us.
Well, anyone who's anyone knows who you are.
Flair.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's praise, really.
Take the compliment. Just realized I got my jumper inside out.
What is it you wish to speak with me about?
We wish to speak to you about an alliance / your opinions on this war and the other war. The two wars you're fighting.
An alliance.
Yes.
To what end?
Freer scale.
You say that, it strikes me as if your, shall we say, campaign is merely to replace one Markex with another. Two, perhaps.
I don't wish to replace Valasar.
I said anything about replacing.
I simply want, personally, revenge.
Refreshingly honest. They turn to Zorgar, they say, and what is it you want?
I'm not here for revenge. I'm here because I think it's the right thing for Scale to have a good leader. I'm not saying that leader is me, but someone who's more fit for the position.
And who do you think is more fit for the position?
him.
We have discussed in the past replacing a singular leader with a council to rule over all, as opposed to one ruler.
A council.
Kind of like the one you're supposed to be sitting at right now.
Oh, I believe they won't notice I'm gone.
That's good. Can I also quickly ask, was it Akon who let you know of our presence, or spies?
Or they just knew.
I think he
Oh,
just
man.
knew.
One does not get to my age without keeping careful track of the movements of persons of interest.
They can do this, they can probably watch us most of the time.
Fair enough.
How long have you been aware of our presence?
I have been following your exploits for some number of years. The Lady Sora's return, rather fresher news to me.
So, never quite got your answer on the opinions on these wars.
Or on the Alliance?
They kind of they look at Naren. War is a dangerous thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And one that should be avoided at all costs.
So,
Well then, why are you partaking in Balasar's plan to provoke war?
Because it is my duty to my people.
We can half the amount of wars you have to fight, perhaps even zero them.
I understand what you are proposing is doubling the amount of wars.
No.
well,
There's
Contend not
currently
only
perspective.
against war without, but war within as well.
I hate to tell you this, but there's already 2 wars on your hands.
And you're supporting the man who's waging 2 separate wars. So,
Okay, to be fair, we're waging the second one, but since we're the wagers, we can stop waging war.
To be fair, he set people on us first.
yeah, he
Yeah, for
instigated.
years he has sent assassins and then
Yeah, and then we're like, we're sick of this shit.
even tried to invite us for dinner.
The death.
That was.
What did he say?
Also,
I
he
didn't
did
catch that.
send.
Sorry, what did you say, Izzy?
Oh, I was going to say, he also did send troops to the mainland and slaughtered a bunch of soldiers. So, you know, as far as provoking and starting wars go, that's pretty high up there, especially when they're from Rail.
That'll do it.
So what is it you are proposing?
If you were to join with us, we could hopefully. We wish to take scale in a non-violent manner. We could hopefully replace Valasar and end the other war, and then we'd have no wars on our hands. The worst case scenario is we do have to fight within scale, but at least we could hopefully prevent the other war, the larger war.
I thought there was like a duel system.
Yeah, but Zora and I know we won't win that, so shh.
Alright. Whatever.
He would fucking decimate us.
I feel like also war with mainland is a lot more costly and dangerous than war within scale itself.
I'm no expert in wars, but you are severely outnumbered by an entire continent.
We also have connections to the continent that could hopefully de-escalate this war.
And how is it you expect to take power within the scale peacefully?
hopefully have enough wise clan leaders such as yourself join sides with us, and Balasar is left with no allies.
I see.
In the hearts and minds of the people.
And have you any wise clan leaders on your side thus far?
Am I right in thinking we have one?
It's making
Furthermore,
contact
do you
that we are.
expect that many of them will agree to give up the safety and stability of their current position in order to side with a group of itinerant adventurers?
Well, the
I
post
mean-
position will probably be more advantageous than the current position.
How
I
safe
mean-
are you, really?
Clan Oris actually having like full control of, magical political decisions, I guess.
I can't imagine you feel massively safe if you have to hide your entire clan.
Mystique is a powerful thing. I will confess it is certainly a romantic notion, but I fail to see any evidence that what you're proposing is anything more than hollow words.
Well, perhaps if we give you some evidence, then you will reconsider.
Perhaps.
Everybody no, no, that sounds hopeful.
Well, I hope we can meet again, hopefully on the same side. Please do get in contact when you believe we've proven our worth.
Very well.
And
Hold on a
okay.
second here. Why are we closing down here? Okay, this is. I would like to know more about actual what you want for Scale, and also your opinions on the other leaders. And if you think this is a good notion to get behind, but we need help in actually getting it going, perhaps you could supply some information on the down low of what our best options are if you're, so high up already or something.
Help us to help you.
That was a good line. Let me think for a minute.
I also love the incredibly reverberant keyboard presses.
There's an instrument in one of these ambient tracks that they also use on Hell's Kitchen, and it cracks me
It's
up
a
every
waterfall.
time I play it. Real.
By the way, have we been speaking in common this whole time?
Good question.
Probably would be Draconic, actually.
Oh.
Just assume that we've been translating for them.
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
What do they say to that?
I would just straight up ask them if they can speak common, because I want to know shit.
Yeah, I mean, they'll move if you ask them to.
Very accommodating.
I mean, it is also very nice for the first session in a while to be able to have you guys interject instead of bullshit our way through and.
Smile and nod. Smile
Yeah.
and nod.
To be honest, they probably...
I ain't leaving until I get some vital information to put down in this journal.
Unfortunately, we're not the ones hosting this conversation.
That's true. But I know what they look like now, so I can send them.
I am
Hey,
disinclined
tattoo!
to provide compromising information.
I mean, I would say situationally, it's a win-win scenario because you give us
Would you
information to. Would you give us information that would be, advantageous to us, which would be advantageous to you if you want us to succeed. But if we lose, we lose, and the information goes with us, and we have there's literally no advantage to us selling you out.
Alternatively,
We're already outnumbered anyway at the moment.
I believe the other question was, what do you want for Scale? Because if we knew that, maybe it'd be clear.
Safety
Might
and
be nice to
security.
partner with us. Do you really think picking a fight with the mainland is either of those things?
No, but the fight will be picked regardless of whether I believe in it or not, and I can at least provide many centuries of expertise.
Wouldn't it be better to not pick that fight at all?
The decision is not mine to make.
But it could be.
You stay in your mountain like my people do. You hide. You keep to yourselves, and I understand that. But when it comes to it, and there's a problem, there's people like us that can help solve these things. We went to Tor and helped the king and helped the dwarves with a dire problem that they couldn't solve. And I think we find ourselves in the same position.
Scale is not a beast to slay or a crypt to sack. It is a tapestry of beautiful colors of lives, threads that will be cut short in whole or in part by this campaign you wage.
How many more will be cut in half, though, from the war that Valasar is waging?
I refuse to believe you can win even just on a numbers level. It doesn't matter how many fantastic mages you have, how many dragon riders you have, you will lose just by numbers. I'm pretty sure the capital has borderline outnumbers you, just robots alone.
The king's concern is not in waging war against the mainland, it is now in protecting Scale's borders.
Your king sent troops to Alathor without permission and slaughtered Rel soldiers. That is beyond the question at this point.
They are the actions there speak of only aggressors. Like that is not a defensive stance.
That is true. The king's vendetta against you is certainly unwise, but the die has been cast at this point.
I believe one of the generals said something about taking the whole of... What did they say? Matt, what did that person
Taking
say?
the whole... Oh, the person who attacked the temple.
They want to take, the whole of... the everywhere. I can't remember.
The whole of everywhere.
Realm.
It's Alathor. They were to take the whole of Alathor.
I think they're just aiming to take the continent by Valasar becoming the High King, perhaps.
It would be a little more meaningful if I could remember the actual quote, but I can't.
Pretend she said something profound,
Yes.
in that regard.
Linda has higher charisma than I do.
Be that as it may, from a simple numbers perspective, as you are so keen, Scale's odds against the mainland are half if we have to wage a war within our own borders against you.
It wouldn't be a problem if you wouldn't have to wage war at all.
If you joined us.
There will be blood, that is for sure.
Less blood than it needs to be.
We can.
I
put
do not
them to the
appreciate
squad
being
into the main
lectured
line.
by outsiders to my home.
I wasn't lecturing you. I'm just having a nice debate here. Jeez, so.
Can I kind of nudge Sora to kind of be like, give us a hand?
She's basically just looking at. She's just watching Aaron and Zorgar to see what you guys do.
That's not helpful.
Right. I invited you along to help, and instead you're critiquing us.
What, can I
Damn
ask
it, Mom.
what your
Classic mom move, though.
opinion is on the whole golden Mark Hex thing?
A child's tale. I see your scale.
Thank you for noticing.
I figured
matters
wouldn't
not,
be something you're
unfortunately.
That's completely fair. You wouldn't happen to have any ideas how I got it? I wasn't born with it. I've spoken to doctors, and they haven't been much help. I know this is kind of off topic a little, but
You come from Markek's blood. The lineage of golden scales runs through you, even though not as strongly as it once did. I'm sure it's just a latent trait.
oh, I see.
Oh.
I see.
Safety and security are your things. That's what I'm going to write down.
I'd like
Excuses
to
while we take
apologize.
notes in this meeting.
I didn't mean to seem if I was lecturing. I just feel passionately about this subject. I'm sorry.
I understand. Unfortunately, what you fail to realize is that the Kama clans are a web of alliances and enemies. Were I to help you even a modicum, it would upset the balance.
What
I would
clans
make
are
enemies
you?
for myself. I would be crushed.
What?
For my own
Is there-
people's safety, I must go my own way.
And if we were to gain the support of your enemies, you would join us?
It certainly becomes more appealing.
So
Where are
you
your
and
enemies?
That's gonna
Look
be
around
serious
now.
shit,
Unless
isn't
they're-
it? God damn it.
Probably. Well, but I feel like. Oh, okay.
They're the most powerful clans, are the key supporters, the bastards.
They basically just gestured to everyone at the table behind them.
Oh, lovely.
Right.
Okay, so that makes it easier, actually.
Oh yeah, I'll convince my brother to step down. I'll get right on that.
No, because it means even the ones that we thought were going to be easier to recruit are still considered enemies, which means the more of, even the smaller ones that we had, the better.
What clan stands most on its own?
I think that would be the one we're talking to.
Clan meatballs.
All the clans stand as distant as they can.
God bless them.
All the all.
Let's take a second.
Each and every clan stands as far from the others as they can.
Does it have to be that way, though? Surely, maybe the current rule is driving you all apart. For your more
Undoubtedly.
united scale.
Can I
You know-
ask what your opinion of the current king is as a whole on your own?
He is the same child playing as at adulthood as. And they gestured to Darren and Zorga.
I don't have that.
At least we're younger.
Well, at least you guys aren't trying to get the throne. You're just trying to put
Yeah.
other people on it.
At least we don't have hunger for power like he does.
Yeah, shipping off some eggs is not the best,
Stabbing your
Anyway.
own father in the back.
Yes.
What?
These are not traits we possess, but traits he possesses.
What
Aaron,
we're
you're a
offering?
little sus, but
What we're offering is a guaranteed ally. while you're surrounded by your enemies on a small island where there's nowhere to hide.
Except on the mountain you currently hide in. But besides that,
They own the sky, they own the sea, they own the forests around your hill.
And what assurances do I have that I can trust a band of itinerant adventurers behind whom scandal and ruin follows at every step?
guess it's a bit of a gamble.
We have no one else.
But it's also still partaking in the gamble by not betting on us, by betting on Valasar.
They kind of smile at that. A fair point. You understand I speak to you, that's not because I dislike you or what you seek to do, merely because you will have to answer these same questions from those with a less balanced outlook than mine if you are to have any chance of succeeding. My suggestion to you would be to come up with some firm answers.
We understand.
I think with time you'll see that we are a good party to invest in. But we need one thing from you. A direction.
And what is that?
A direction. A name. One lead. And then we'll be on our way.
Seros. And then there's a flash of light and you go back to...
I had one more question. Damn it.
What was it?
The butterfly
I
in front
also
of
had a
you
question.
flutters onwards.
I could sand in them.
It's not good. No,
Fine.
Sarah.
My question wasn't that important. It was just kind of like, it seems like we were watching all the leaders in the capital, and we're on our way to speak to one of those leaders at their estate.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, how long is he going to be in town? Is he going to head home soon? I don't want to miss him.
He'll reach out to us. What's Seros?
It's probably a
I don't
person.
think we'd prepared the right questions there.
Nope.
Here. Well, I forget Zorgar and Nairn's mum's name.
Sora.
Excuse me.
Sora.
Sora.
So yeah, starting with hey there, or whatever it was. Never mind.
You there.
Continue. Thank you.
Traveler. Ms. Sora. What is Seros?
It's
No
a
name I know.
clan, isn't
No,
it?
Suros is a clan.
Oh.
Saros,
And
I don't know.
Where can we find out?
Wait, so Suros or Saros? Which one is it?
Saros is what you said. Suros is a clan. Suros is like one of the key supporters. They're the naval branch.
Why are your mages so vague?
The cerulean
Is
was
it-
always insufferable. You don't have... You don't live with 100 mages in your head without becoming arrogant and condescending.
Fair enough.
Thanks for your contribution to that conversation.
I thought you handled yourself quite well.
Oh, we didn't.
That's not why I brought you along, though, to judge how we handle ourselves.
She looks at Naren, and probably the most candidly she's ever spoken up until now, she says, I'm not going to make the same mistake with you I made with your brother.
What was that?
I'm going to let you stand on your own 2 feet.
Okay.
You know,
Saros is a name, but we don't know whose name it is.
We don't
If
know
it
it's
is
a
a
name.
name.
Could be a location.
I guess we're gonna have to do some reading.
ew. You know, I feel like that could have gone a lot worse. That seemed like a pretty firm maybe if we get more supporters.
I think it's a yes. We just need to prove ourselves, get some more supports, like you say. I think they're on board.
just supporters as well, just acts that prove that we can do this in a less than maximum lethal manner.
Certainly didn't feel like a no anyway.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. It's a strong maybe.
Yeah,
Progress.
Could have gone a lot worse.
It could have been like, hey, Balasar. But yeah,
Look at
actually,
these
isn't
dudes.
he helping us by not just telling Balasar where we are?
Yes.
Exactly.
Sticking his neck out. Absolutely.
Should have brought that
Yes,
up.
but
damn it.
also no, because no one's gonna know that he knows.
Yeah. But still a risk.
He would probably get massive Valisar points if he just snitched on us right now, though.
Hmm. He did give us a direction. It could
But
be
are
a
they as worth
lead,
as much
but-
as Naren points?
Oh my god.
Mm.
Oh, if you start your own currency, I'm throwing you in a ditch.
I will tell her to throw you in the ditch.
No more cryptos.
Okay, I guess we
Yeah.
continue on our walk.
Naren future trade.
You're going in with it.
Naren fungible tokens.
Oh my god. Oh.
What
Sure,
do
so you
we
guys
do
are just
now?
continuing? Or where are you guys up to?
I reckon we need to find out what Seros means.
Yeah, we can do that on our way. Let's just continue heading towards the Balin estate. Hopefully stopping on some more villagers.
Yeah.
What's the Balin estate? Is it Clan Balin? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Clan Balin's estate. It's where their head we were hoping was going to be, but it seems like he's in the capital right now.
Well, why are we going? Let's go somewhere. Let's go just find out what Seros is.
Well,
Because
going-
it's got to take us time to get there. Time
Also,
he could be traveling
close.
back.
he might be back by the time we get there, but even if he's not, it'll be good to
No.
talk to some people there.
Plus, we
Yeah,
plan
there you
to
go.
sneak into Karen Toll afterwards, where there will be a lot more stuff and a lot more people.
I think we should try and get some more farmers on our side. The more farmers, the merrier, you know?
More
Start a
farmers.
farmer revolution.
Yeah,
Revolutions start with people, man.
it does.
Yeah, but not just farmers. You need all
Well,
the
you
people
know-
on our side.
Well, if you
Farmers
get
are
the
people.
farmers, then they have all the food.
I didn't say they were.
Right.
I said all of the people.
What
Okay,
would
we
happen
can
if we
stop
just stealthed into the capital and just killed?
See,
Thing of a
I'm
hawker.
fairly loose on Scale's politics because my understanding was they're fairly backstabbing, cutthroat political system, is what I was led to believe.
I mean,
It
this
seems like
really
it's maybe
basically
stab your
said
dad in the back.
Sora says that's
Yeah.
pretty much the size of it.
Okay, so
None of them are going to commit unless there's a majority. Unless there's hard physical proof that yours is the winning side, they're not going to stick their neck out for you.
But if none of us
Okay.
join, then we can't have the majority.
So
That's why
then
things stay
what
the same.
happens if we just kill the dude? We just... Like, what would happen? Would
it
they
start
choose
shooting
someone else to
action?
go in power, or would it go into you guys for killing them?
Or
Someone
the
else, it
people
would,
down
it's difficult to say, really.
There's no.
Some other Martech
So-
nobleman will.
If we try and get some more people on our side, instead of it becoming a full-blown war, we could just go into the capital, kill the king, and have as many clans as we possibly can on our side, so
Yeah,
they're not
but
going to
then-
start waging war on us.
there's the chance, though, one of the clans would challenge Zorg or I to a duel,
And you have to do the duel,
and then if we lose the duel,
then we lose everything.
that's why we're waging war, because I'm fairly confident we couldn't win a duel against Valasar.
Yeah, because that would be the traditional
Or
way
just
to do it.
pit
It's
the
just-
lives of soldiers against each other instead of risking your own.
They came to us.
They
What
want
the
to
fuck are you
do
talking
it.
about?
They seeked us out. I didn't go like,
Yeah.
hey, join my army. I need you to kill people so that I don't have to. They came to me knowing that's what I think.
There is also the thing, if you know, try and start a coup without any particular backing from everybody else, it's just going to devolve into other civil wars pretty rapidly. So I feel like that's a bad idea.
What we should have done instead of starting a war is going to a mad training montage where we get strong enough to one-on-one Valasar.
I agree. We need to find
No,
our
we
rocky
should have
steps.
just been out questing instead of being here. What the fuck?
I
are you talking
wanted
about?
to, but then he started a fucking war. He left us very little choices.
We
I
could've
didn't
just
plan to
fucked
come to
off.
Scale.
We need to find some steps,
I
jog
had
up them
Krakens to
music.
kill, and instead I have to come deal with this fucker because he put
we
someone at
can
my brother's
literally
doorstep.
teleport halfway. We can teleport across the whole continent, and you're afraid of some fucking soldiers?
We
We
can
have
go
people to look
right
after
now.
there. We have people to look after. They can't come with us. Leave them for dead.
Okay, we have people to look after because you want to get them to go into a war, which they will most likely die in.
What about your family, huh?
What about my family?
They can't just teleport away from their problems. I have family
No,
too.
yeah, my family's fucking Pela fucking died like fucking 3 months ago. This shit's just gonna happen.
And salty.
It's just gonna happen.
All you can do is try and give them new fucking identities and put them somewhere safe, but if a fucking god of death is around, yeah, he's probably gonna find them and kill them. That's just shit that happens.
Or we could kill. I'm not gonna go along with the whole god of death metaphor. I'm gonna say Valasar, and then my family doesn't have to worry, and I don't have to worry.
Yeah, but I just think it would make more sense to actually go in and just kill the dude rather than.
It's not. That's not gonna work.
We're not going to storm the capital.
It's a short-term
no.
solution to a long-term problem.
I think, it's not storming the capital that's the issue. It's the aftermath after Valasar gets stabbed that's the issue.
No. You
I mean, I
won't be
thought
able
you
to
just
kill
want revenge.
Valasar.
In a
You
sneaky
won't-
assassin way?
No, you
I
won't be
know a
able to do
guy.
it. No, you don't. No
Yes,
one's
I
going.
know,
There's
girl.
no one on this. There's no one on this disc powerful enough to.
Oh my god, Rurek's a
defeat-
fire attack.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah.
There's no one on this flat Earth that is powerful enough to take out Valasar in one go.
Rick, we were on the moon. You saw the Earth. You know it's not.
A flat circle. Perfectly.
So-
No, we
flat with-
rotated round it. We were on the moon for like
It's
a while.
pretty flat
It was pretty flat.
This is devolving into a pointless argument. We all know
The
Rurek's
position
an
of
idiot.
the
Let's
position
move on.
the position was fixed. Like, you didn't see a rotator.
Yep.
Yeah, it
I
was
saw-
always,
I saw-
always just the continent.
We do know someone who could take him out if in a sneaky assassin way.
That's
Do
not
you
the
fuck?
point. The point
There's no
is we're not
way.
doing that.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, okay.
So
good.
then there's no point.
Good.
So I highly doubt Sorgana has any highly trained assassins to kill people
What are you
that
talking
he
about?
knows of.
Of course he does.
You don't know shit about. Does
Not
the
even
party-
Malbrin could do it. Not even Malbrin could do it.
I don't
Malbrin
know.
could do
Have
it.
you seen her backstab?
Malbrin could do it.
It's pretty good.
Malbrin's the sneakiest of
If-
sneaky.
If Valasar has got these two quaking in their boots, I don't think there's anyone we know that can do it in one go. It
I
just
feel
it
like-
can't be done. Never mind that he's the king, surrounded by guards. It's not gonna happen.
The fact that you've said Malbrin couldn't do it means that she would do it just out of spite to prove you wrong.
Malbrin, you couldn't do it. There's no chance. I don't believe.
No, she
She's
would.
not
She
here.
would think it's fucking stupid. She
Can I
doesn't want to
also
have
ask-
anything to do with this shit.
How much
Well,
of
it's
the
got a
party
team of
actually
assassins.
knows that Malbrin's an assassin and runs an organization of assassins?
We know. I
I
don't
know
think
a fair
everyone
bit
knows
about
she's an
Malbrin-
assassin.
Malbrin. I've seen her mask and everything. I don't
Well,
know if
she's
everyone's
not
seen
running
this
a
mask.
pub, is she?
I tried to
You don't
ask
know
her
that?
about business once,
be
and she
into
told me to
rails.
mind my own business. So you know.
Right, let's just move
Oh,
on.
whatever. Malbrin's not here.
I miss Malbrin.
Oh,
Me too.
We get
so
hiking.
long.
Yes,
Right.
let's continue on.
To the next village.
Sure, so you just keep them going?
Yeah.
Alright. certainly. Sure. So you keep going for the next until it starts getting dark and you have to stop. So I'll update your position on the map. You're about 2 days away from Balin Estate, probably.
You say map. I'm still looking at game pause. The
Um,
roll for scale.
You should be
Yeah,
able
me
to.
too.
Yeah.
You should have the buttons
Oh,
on
I
the top.
see. Yes, we have the buttons.
You can move. I made you a drawing canvas as
Oh.
well for drawing your stuff,
And
Ah.
so you don't clog all the other stuff.
Oh.
I
Oh,
see.
too late.
Yeah, I know it's too late.
Yeah,
For anyone
it's
at
not
home,
good.
we're trying a
Oh,
new
there.
tabletop today.
Oh, there's a drawing canvas.
I like
Yep.
their drawing canvas.
It's not as fun when it's a designated area though.
Wasn't it?
Can't
I
win.
forgot when
What
on
was,
this.
what was the name that guy dropped for us?
Soros.
Saros.
Saros, S-E.
Saros.
Soros. I assume it's Seros. Is what I assume. I don't know.
Saros.
I did
Alright.
Seiross. Which I don't think is right.
Well, unclear on the spelling, but we have the general sound of the name,
Saros.
so it should be
Okay.
enough.
So nothing. No. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
It's our one lead.
I
Maybe
don't
a person.
suppose any of the Dragonborn in the party have heard of this.
It's a pretty standard name. You probably know a
What's that
couple of
mean?
Saros.
Oh, okay. So it is a person's name.
Well, you know people that go by that name, certainly.
Is there
Alright.
anyone in the prominent clans whose name is Saros
Probably, yeah.
that we would know?
It's a reasonable assumption. I don't know if you know anyone specifically. Like if you've got like a couple of soldiers who are called Saros. Like it's kind of like calling someone Adam or something. Like a fairly common name.
Well, that's helpful.
That fucking sucks.
It's got to be someone at Balin
Mages.
Estate. Man,
Me too, and I am one.
it's got to be someone at the estate, right?
Well, why does it have to be someone at the estate?
Because
That's where we're
who?
going.
Yeah.
Does he know that though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know that.
Yes, he knows that. Assume he knows everything.
He said he was watching us for years, so I think he knows.
Have we even been at this for years?
Well,
Two.
He's been at them for years, not us.
Yeah.
You're not important enough, Muir.
Aw. Fuck you too, Naren.
I think you're important here.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Either
yes.
way, I think we need
Let's go.
to establish how we're going to emphasize safety and security for them to join. Like,
I mean, so far we've restrained or refrained from killing anyone. We've
That's
tried
That's quite
very
good for us.
very hard,
Fine.
but we didn't.
yeah, we've been less bloodthirsty than normal. That is true.
Well, yeah, that's a big
Haven't
step.
drowned anyone in months.
We'll get there.
Saying that, I want to fight something. Next village we come across, find a quest for us. Let's do something.
A twist.
Next village we come across, just start attacking the people.
You there!
I wouldn't say that's a noble quest, but it is one.
Violated the law.
Prepare the fine or pay to die.
Stop! You violated the law.
You
This
can
is the
start a
part
bar
where you
fight
fall
if you
down and
really
bleed
want.
to death.
I've decided their own blood. Anyway, next village.
I'm just towards Balin Estate.
Sure. So yeah, you guys you halt for the night. And kind of you feel like you can kind of see, you know, the mountain path you've been, like the mountainside you've been walking through around the Cove of Drakes, and you can see the cove down below. You feel like you're getting to the end of the mountain stretch, basically. Are you doing anything that night?
Learning Dragonborn.
Maybe.
Okay, I'll teach you some more.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Gathering local mushrooms.
That doesn't sound like a good plan.
You're switching out alcohol for hallucinogenics, Rurik. This isn't helping. You
They're
need to go
just
speak.
Probably-
mushrooms! The first ones I had were hallucinogenics. I understand, yes, but they're just mushrooms.
Give us
Alright,
a
why
give
don't you
us a nature
just go
check.
for a
Rurik.
run?
A nature check. Hang
Aye.
on. I need to find my character.
You
How
can
do you
go in
spell
the
Balin?
anchors tab.
I had to click on the bingo collector. I forgot it.
Yeah.
Balun.
Okay.
Bay.
Where do I? If I click on nature and it's a normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo. There we go.
17.
17.
Nice.
You have +6. Why not? I need to use them.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Yeah, you have a little forage. It's kind of getting to a more woodland-y area. So there's a bit more plant life up in this stretch of the mountains, and you find a couple of different varieties of mushroom that your dwarf senses tell you they're fine. You know, you're like
My
they're
force
not
sense is tingling.
they're not toxic or nothing. They're edible.
That's what I said about the last ones.
I'll gather up those mushrooms and go to Hrafn. You're like, hey Hrafn, what do you think? I got these from the local area.
I'll examine them then. Can I do it like a nature check on them?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, no. I say that might take me a few minutes. Hold on.
I was the same.
Where's my picking character she gone?
If you go to the little people symbol on the sidebar, and then under the bingo collective folder, you should have a master Hrafn, and then you can click on.
Ah, there you go. It's closed down. Yeah, cool. So how do I roll from here?
You just click the skill.
Oh, cool. Right. That's so good.
You.
Hmm.
21. Yeah, so looking at the mushrooms Rurik has found, you can see they're all edible. Of the 4 varieties there, you predict that 2 of them have mind-altering properties, and the other 2, there's one that will produce a nice sort of earthy, smoky flavor, and the other one, it feels like you detect kind of like sweet notes in it, that would actually be something, you could sprinkle it on a pudding or something. It would maybe add a little something there. Kind of unusual, but
What do you think of these 2? They look quite tasty, I think. Definitely the hallucinogenic ones. Rex totally misjudged this.
You're not pushing.
You're
push to
muted,
talk,
Dev.
I think, Rana.
No chat, Rana.
Oh, so I'm not pushing this talk?
Yeah.
Again.
Rolled.
Oh, there we go. That's all good.
So 2 of these would do well for cooking, though one is sweet. The other 2 mess with your head, man.
Mm.
Alright. Which 2 is Rurik holding? He wonders.
Save it for later.
I'm gonna go over and grab those out of Rurik's beard.
Hey, don't grab a man's beard.
Oh, too
Get
bad,
those little
Rurik.
hands out of there.
Too bad.
Are you still storing lots of stuff in your beard?
Always. Perfect place for it.
Am I just gonna start grabbing random shit out of your beard? I'll look for these mushrooms.
A knife,
Oh god,
maybe a
no.
handful.
TV remotes in there?
Oh, I forgot about this one. Oh.
A couple of bevelays.
Another mushroom.
A charger that you can't use anymore, but you
When
still
was the last
system.
time you had a bath, Rurik? Jesus.
Bathe when I can. No.
I doubt
Once a month, whether he needs it or not.
that. Oh, well, I'm taking those mushrooms.
I'll snack on the one that was healthy and not sweet. The
Sure.
earthy tone.
the earthy tone, yeah, it tastes good. Tastes basically exactly like how Hrafn said it would.
That's good.
Because I'm wise.
Is anyone else doing anything that evening, or are you just kind of waiting for the next morning?
Duolingo.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Duolingo.
Sure, okay.
I'd like to go and find some of these hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Sure.
I'll hand the ones I stole from Urek to have them.
Not for taking you, Noom, just for, scientific
Yeah,
purposes.
yeah, of course, of course.
They may come in useful later on.
You give it to
To
him.
drug
You
someone.
take them away from me.
Yes. You've already. I saw. You thought someone's head was on fire, Urek.
Well, it was.
Zork
already
ate all your
weird.
fish.
Yeah,
They're
Zarker
dragons.
definitely has the worst reaction.
They're dragons. It makes sense.
Yeah, fuck off.
I think Lyda's gonna set you on fire if you try and take those away.
Mm.
I can't believe
Rackens the,
what we're gonna
Rackens
get
the
out.
forager, man. He gets them.
Can't believe out of this campaign what we're gonna get is people with substance abuse issues. That's the real
Yeah,
war.
war is hell, man.
It's too real, man.
I was on scale, man. You weren't there. You weren't there.
Sure, okay. So you guys, Zargar and Muir sit and go over the draconic ABCs. Raffin and Murak gather some funky mushrooms. Is anyone else doing anything?
Naren's probably spending the first amount of time since finding her again, trying to actually speak to his mum
All right, okay.
and have a conversation.
How are you trying to? Where are you driving at?
Not really driving at anything, just trying to get to know her.
Sure, okay.
How are you initiating the conversation?
Like she's most of the time on the road. She just kind of keeps to herself and doesn't really. You get the distinct impression she watches all of you, and pays particular attention to what you and Zargar are doing. It's kind of like the whole experience of being on the road with Sora is kind of like it's kind of like those when you do something
Kinda
at
like
school that
Malcolm's
your
back.
parents come to, and you're like, but like it's you can't really go over and see them, so you're trying to like you get the distinct
You're
impression
like-
you're always being watched and yeah. So
How
like
about you ask
unless
her what-
unless you come over and talk to her, she's probably not going to initiate conversations with anyone.
I mean, yeah, Naren's got to go over and sit and try and drum up conversation, however awkward it may be.
Sure, okay. Yeah, is there anything specific you're trying to find out or talk about?
Maybe just Naren's maybe asking about his dad.
Sure, yeah, she probably, yeah, if you ask about your dad, she'll probably talk for a bit about him. She's like, yeah, he was a good man. She sort of nods to Zorgar over where he's talking to Muir, and she says, I see a lot of him in your brother. I think you have more of me. Yeah, no, he was a good. He was a good man, but he.
Mir knocks over all the pots.
This one's dead fuzzy. Like, you sure this one's okay to eat?
He always dreamt too
Mhm.
big.
Did he also get high on mushrooms and see fish people?
Not so much.
Okay. We're just mostly like that, not.
Occasionally, when we were
So-
younger. No, he would be proud of you. I think.
So to clarify, you know what I've been doing for the last 25 years, right?
Smuggling, not piracy.
Ah, you've been speaking to Feral. Aha.
No, I've picked up on it.
Thank you.
I've
Been with these people
understand
for
the
2
distinction.
years and they still can't find the line.
Uh,
That's
No,
because
it's
you're
not.
a pirate.
it wasn't what I expected you would be doing, but you seem to have turned it all right. I think it
Thank
probably
you.
gives you a sort of some valuable worldview.
Yeah?
Well, they're not. You've had experiences you wouldn't have had in the balance.
Yeah, definitely.
Imagine it wasn't always easy for you.
I always had Feral, so I wasn't that bad.
I think it does well for people who are in positions of power to understand what it's like to be normal.
It's a shame Scale's not going to have that.
She kind of, she sort of chuckles. I think you'll get on well with Ornak. He was. You picked an interesting one to start with the Cerulean.
Well, he is the first person to approach us and speak to us.
That's a good sign.
Is the person she said before Orman is that guy, leader of House Orm, yeah?
He's the Balin guy.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Orman Balin, got it.
She says, I always found him refreshingly down to earth compared to some of the others.
Should be an interesting conversation.
Is that the farm guy?
Yeah.
No. Farm guy, what?
Bailey.
Farm. See farm.
Farm clan?
I don't know.
Is that the farming clan?
Yeah, Balin is the farming clan, yeah.
Right, I see. Hence why he's down to earth. Makes sense.
Literally.
Yeah. Cute.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, she'll kind of make small talk with you and stuff like that. But yeah, otherwise, you guys, you spend your evening around the campfire. You see at one point you see a wild drake like circling overhead and then flies off again. Otherwise, it's like you're basically all alone out there. There's no, no one passes you. You don't see any other travelers, or you can't really see any villages or anything from where you're camped. It's pretty wild and empty. You wake up the next morning and continue on your way, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple hours of walking go by. I think I actually overestimated how long it would take you to get through this because I forgot that Zarzan's a ranger. So I think Zarzan can ignore difficult terrain for you guys or something, right?
Oh. Andy!
Yeah. MVP Zarzan.
Who needs
Even
Margaret?
these Malvern.
How dare you guys?
Zarzan's here walking on the snow.
Yeah, so you're probably not going to get to Balin today, but you might. But yeah, you continue on your journey, and as you are reaching the path down from the mountains, it sort of starts to turn east, and you kind of round this bend, and you can see way in the distance. It's like noon right now, and there's this. The noonday sun is shining down. You can see in the distance there is this sprawling, glimmering city reflecting this prismatic light that kind of shines in your vision, even though you can't really make out any of the buildings or anything, but you can see it from your vantage point. And you can also see that a little further down, once you get out of the foothills, you can see like a nestled into the base of this mountain range. You can see a little village.
Guess we'll head for the village.
Spread some propaganda. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you head down there. A couple hours go by. Or an hour or so to... I'm on the ruler. I don't want to be on the ruler. I want to move you. Sweep. You arrive at this little village. It's the biggest one you've been to so far. You can see there's a bit of a bustle around the place, although it looks like it's not, the people don't look super thrilled to be there. You can see there is, kind of as you are coming down, you can see it looks like there's some mines, and the mines, there's like a banner for Clan Luminar that's kind of like waving in the breeze. Otherwise, it's a fairly normal village. There's a couple of farms. There's a tavern that you can see as you kind of come in. And people are kind of bustling about. They don't really, compared to the other two villages you've stopped in at, the folks here don't really pay you any notice. Are you in disguise, right?
Yeah.
So you're just disguised as normal people?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, there's people. They don't really. Some of them
What's
look
this
almost
village
disappointed to see you.
called? What's this?
You're not sure yet. It doesn't have like
Oh,
a signpost or
it doesn't
anything.
Oh, okay.
What clan did you say it was?
Luminar. It's
Which ones
the
are those?
it's the natural resources plan and crafting.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, you kind of stroll into town. You kind of arrive in the village square. There's a tavern. It's got a sign with a flagon on it. You can see there's mines in the distance that don't look. You don't see anyone going in that direction. Most of the people working that you see are working in farms. Yeah, what do you guys do?
Guess it's tavern time to get some more information. Although Naren has disappeared. He must have gone to pee.
Alright, we'll give
I'm
it.
going to take this opportunity to also go to pee.
Alright, take
Okay,
5.
guys, pee break. It's been a long journey.
I'll put
The bush.
the stream on break.
the blacksmith to learn how to smith dragon glass.
Sure, but how's he going to teach you if he thinks you can't hear?
Just shows me.
You're also a child.
Yeah.
A young apprenticeship scheme. Okay, sure.
Yep.
I'll try my best.
Just
So
don't
I
let
got
him.
By the
Let
end
him
of it,
touch you,
Naren, you'll get something of dragon glass.
This is a solid deal. I like this plan. That is priority beta.
All right.
I want something dragon glass.
All right. We'll do it.
Well, you're not the one dropping the kids off at the after-school clubs, are you? It's always me.
Well, you are their dad.
Gorgon can take me if Naren wants to go do the
No, it's
thing.
fine.
with-
Take
I've
him if you
agreed.
want.
No, fuck you. I'm doing it.
So the Krivkaxes roll into town.
Yep.
Listen, so I'm deaf, and I also can't read for some reason because they might
How did it
write
happen?
something.
Were you born deaf?
I don't know. That's up to you. I'm
You
deaf,
can't speak anyway, so
and
Oh, it's
there's
more
so
of a
much
practical
acting
I need
point.
an excuse.
to do.
I need an excuse not to read too. Maybe I can read common for some reason. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying you have anything to do with common because that's suspicious. I'm just going to simply say you're illiterate and deaf since birth, so you didn't learn how to speak.
Illiterate since birth. Just didn't want to teach him.
Everyone's illiterate at birth.
No, but since birth, which means you never got taught and never will be.
So
Is
what
that
is your guys'
believable
plan?
Since we came from a small fishing family, so it's believable. I'm going with it.
Mhm. Okay, let's do it. I
Uh,
love sniffing. That's it. That's
on the
all
way
you
in,
gotta
we're
do.
finding a smith and we're ditching Tempton there as a deaf, illiterate child.
Sure, yeah, there's a smith on the way in. There's a lady.
I'm holding Naren's hand.
One. Doesn't, she doesn't notice you.
I'm gonna walk. Is it like a door or is it like an open
Yeah, it's open.
plan? You just gotta walk in. Excuse me.
Oh, hello.
Hi there.
hi,
Sorry. Yeah, we've just came into town on our travels, and this here is my son Tempton.
Right, okay. Nice to meet you, Tempton.
He's deaf, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
But he is very interested in learning how to blacksmith.
I see.
I don't want to trouble you too much, but it's just on our travels, been stopping in at different smiths, and they've been giving him, different bits of advice to help him on his way, just for, the day. And I was wondering if you wouldn't mind. You don't have to stop with any of your work or anything. Just let him, observe and maybe.
Oh, sure, he just likes to watch.
Yeah, he's mainly interested in dragon glass.
Right.
He saw some cool stuff.
Mostly,
perhaps.
I'm mostly working with steel today, but I can maybe, yeah, I can do something. I can change my load around. I'd love to.
Oh, thank you very much. Very kind of you. Does Naren see any things that a civilian will buy on her walls, or is it all like weaponry?
It's just tools. There's some rakes, some hoes, some shovels, so some nails.
Is there any dragon glass shovels?
Any dragon glass shovels? There's one that's in progress. It looks like.
Might be perfect. Are there price tags on this stuff? Is it expensive?
None of them have price tags on them.
Okay. You know what? It's fine. I don't need a dragon glass shovel. It just would have been cool. Okay.
Good show.
I'm gonna. Aaron doesn't know sign language. Baron's
Just
going
pretend to sound to him.
No, because what if they know sign language? Just gotta turn Tempton to face him and just be like.
I give him a hug.
Sure. Okay.
Don't forget the illusion means that you're fatter than you appear.
I keep that in mind for the perspective.
Thank you very much for this. I'll be back later today. If he's doing something you don't want to, just give him like an aggressive, like, no, finger waggle.
Right, okay.
And thumbs up if it's like yes or good.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. I do sign a bit.
Basically a yes or no. He's still learning.
Of course, okay.
He's quite young, very reluctant to learn things that aren't blacksmithing, to be honest. So
I know, yeah.
Struggles with all kinds of stuff like reading.
Right, okay. Well, I mean, if he's happy just sitting in the corner there, she goes over and kind of clears off a chair, or a little stool that's child-sized but not really dwarf.
Tempton goes to the anvil and starts like semi-proficiently beating steel.
She's like, oh wow, right, okay. Well,
like I said, he's
that's
been
quite impressive.
picking stuff up
So he
along
has.
the way.
I mean, there's some problem with his basic technique there. But I can.
Yeah.
If he learns by example, I can just
Yeah, that would
Sure.
probably be good for him.
Sure,
If you have like if you want to just use him as like a wee worker for the day as well, more than welcome to. If you
certainly.
need a little bits needing done.
I'm sure we can figure something out.
You
Yeah.
see that dragon glass shovel?
Uh-huh.
Tempton's gonna go under and just go pointing.
That's it's a commission from the Luminar.
Just
Oh, I see. Damn it, I wanted a shovel.
goes back to Ping.
Sure.
He just wanted to point at the shovel, apparently.
I mean, it's. I mean, I'm quite proud of it, to be honest. It's some of my best work.
Looks very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
I think he was mainly interested in the dragon glass there. That's why he was pointing at it.
Yeah. Well, we can. Yeah, we can. Well, that's. Let me finish this piece, and then I can work on that for a bit.
Thank you
maybe
very
show it a
much.
little. Sure. I didn't get your name.
My name is Yepuk. This is my son Tempton. I'm fairly sure I've already
Yes.
introduced him. But...
yeah. Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet. I didn't catch your name either, actually.
She says her name is Garai.
Very nice to meet you.
How'd you spell that?
You've got no idea. She just says it.
Garum.
Garai.
Garai.
Like Gary,
What's this
but
really
Garai.
Gary.
So far we've had Oscar, but it's Uska, and Gary, but it's Garai.
Garai.
I'll tell you what, Jake. Whilst Rex kind of trying to learn Dragon Glass, he's going to try and pick up a little bit of sign language too, if possible.
Sure, yeah.
Because this person needs to know sign.
Yeah, she knows a little bit. I don't know any sign language, so I
no,
can't do it authentically. So I won't.
How are you gonna know what she's talking about?
That's
I'll
true.
point at things and be like,
I said you are an unenthusiastic learner about anything but blacksmithing.
Sure, okay. So Rurak is at the smithy. What are the rest of you guys doing in town?
Tavern, I think.
Tavern?
Yeah.
A quick question.
Yes.
Did we bring Ward with us?
No, I think Ward is. I've assumed you've not brought Ward with you because he's kind of
Okay.
conspicuous. And no one said
A
specifically you were
giant
bringing
metal
him.
man.
So I think he's just back at the camp.
We're gonna find out why these Luminar flags are here.
Is anyone not going into the tavern, or is everyone going into the tavern?
Tavern.
Tavern.
Okay.
Tavern.
Yes, you head in there. There's a bit of a bustle around the place because it's getting to sort of like late afternoon. Some people are clocking off. Some people are in for their lunch. it's much more. The experience is a lot closer to like the taverns you're normally used to. Like you don't, the past few you've been into on the way here, like you've been immediately like noticed and then talked to and like acknowledged, and in here it's just kind of like, oh, there's another customer's coming. But I'm dealing with these people right now, so like no one really pays you much attention when you come in. But there is
Can you
a
ask them what the village name is?
I'll go up to the bar
oh hi.
and try and signal the barkeep. Yeah.
Uh,
Hi. Just come into town. Looking to grab a couple pints. What town are we in?
this is ours.
Ours? As in, like, this is our town, or like?
Ours.
Oh, Oris. I see.
Pints, you say? Just two?
We'll take 5.
5. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got some lovely glass stout here, fresh from the capital. I think that it prepares 5 pint glasses for you, and puts them on a little tray and slides them over to you, and says, "What brings you to the village?"
Just stopping by.
See you later.
Traveling.
Traveling, right? Okay. Where are you traveling from?
We came from Jacali Harbour.
Oh, so you've come through the cove? That's quite a trek.
Yeah. Just with the flooding and all in the harbour, we decided it was time
of
for
course,
a move.
the moon, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really have any. We didn't have much here, but I suppose if you're over there, it's gonna play havoc with things, isn't it?
A wee bit, yeah. Wasn't so.
I wonder where it came from. Some people have said it was Horus. I don't know.
Probably.
Other people said it was like some mainland sorcerer doing it to mess with our.
Those damn mainlanders messing with our fishing.
It's terrible if it's true, isn't it? I don't know why they'd sink that low. Anyways, anything else?
I'm just a bit curious about this town, to be honest. Your flying clan Luminar. Sassy.
Yes, well, we've got the mines, had the mines, and Luminar managed them. So we're, we have one of their offices in town. They're kind of they sort of oversee the place a little bit. Certainly, so we pay our taxes too. But then the Death Breather moved in, so we haven't really. The mines have been shut. So
The what moved up?
the Death Breather is what people call it.
Is that a big drake, or
We don't know.
like you haven't seen it, or like
Some people think they've seen it, but they don't remember it.
Okay.
It's a long story. I won't
Is
bother you
it
with the
safe
details.
in the
but
town?
It's largely. We're waiting for Caldrath to come in and sort it out, but that's a whole other thing. It's just don't go near the mines. You got kids, right? Keep them away from the mines.
Yeah, I've got 2 kids. Okay. Keep them away from the mines, is where the beast has been seen.
Yes.
Right. Good.
What was the beast called?
It was called a Death Breather.
A death what?
Breather.
Breathe.
Breather. Like it breathes death.
That's not good. Sounds pretty bad.
Could be a good way in with
Sounds
the Luminar.
like an adventure for the Krivkax family.
Would have gone away with it too.
That dang Krivkax family.
Krivkax family sending kids into danger.
It was old man Jenkins all along.
The big Balasar reveal.
Are you just taking the drinks back to your table, Naren, or are you talking to this guy more?
I'll talk to the guy, just ask him about the village and stuff.
Yeah, he basically explains it was a mining town, mining and farming. But mining was where most of the stuff is. But since the mines have shut down, then a lot of the miners are at work right now, so everyone's kind of on hard times. And he's like, the popular theory is that Keldreth are kind of delaying coming here so that they're playing games with Luminar, trying to cost them money by delaying as long as they can before coming to sort this thing out. But
This is a
Tavern's no
juicy
place for
gravel we
politics,
can
is it?
work with. I mean, it's the perfect place for politics. Have a drink, have a real discussion,
That's true.
speak your mind. Okay, now it's probably got to take the drinks back to the table and start relaying this all to the Revolution Master. And Zogar, I need you to start your magic.
Can I ask what Naren, what did the person say about we put the death breather there or whatever and delays them again?
They didn't put it there, it just appeared. Luminar runs the mines, but they can't mine right now because there's a beast that's
Yes.
killing people, so they're sending Keldreth to deal with the beast.
Okay.
But Keldreth aren't here yet and are apparently stalling for childish reasons to cause Luminar money.
Quick question. Before we decide to do anything, because this sounds like a quest, who's more important out of the both of them? Just in case that ever comes up.
Luminar and Keldreth.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Oh yeah, Luminar we've already read. Keldreth, they're the military, so...
Okay, so we're gonna piss them off either way. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should contact Clan Luminar and be like,
Hey.
we'll solve your problem for you if you, back
They have
us
an
up.
office in town.
Oh, convenient.
But we do have the issue of we are not the Red Gag tribe. We are the Krivkax family, and we have 2 children.
I can make us look a little bit different when we go in, and we could call ourselves something else, like the Waves of Justice.
I feel like though that might we don't want to give away who we are. I feel if an adventuring party rolls up being like we are the Waves of Justice, might give away who we are.
Whatever, I think it would be cool.
We could
Any-
Pretty cool.
Have we
Could
heard
be
tale of any adventuring parties from Scale?
Yeah, probably. There will have been a prominent one. Sora was actually in one, but I don't know the name of it.
Oh well.
I'll write it down. I'll get it to you for next week. They've had a cool name. I have it written down somewhere, but I don't know where I have it written down. I need to go and find it again. But I'll get back to you.
We could
As
be an
well,
adventure. Oh, sorry.
You go.
No.
I was gonna say we should have, like, if we're gonna do a thing for them and not actually reveal it's us, it should be under a name which, once revealed to them, will make sense that it was us.
Are you
Also
trying
doesn't-
to push for Waves of Justice here? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, that's okay.
Waves of Justice.
Waves make sense because we're on Scale, first of all. Islandy place. Oh, there's waves. Justice.
Justice.
That sounds like one of the kind of generic words that an adventuring party would use.
Yeah, it sounds like an edgy teen band. That's what we're presenting ourselves as. So
Yeah, Waves of Justice.
And we could still push for the hey, we're an adventuring group with the belief that Scale needs better. So we're trying to bring together everybody, kind of thing.
with the coming of the new moon, the waves of justice crash on Scale.
Yeah.
Don't go that far.
The issue we still have to get past is that only 3 of us speak Draconic.
Well, you guys go in and do all the talking. The rest of us just stand there. And if we're
Look,
well,
cool.
me and Rurak might actually just stand outside and not have to present ourselves.
Oh, no, we'll call you the Terror Twins. You can be like two small, very aggressive looking.
Yeah. Should we not be like? Should we not be like kobolds or something then, and not?
Yeah, Twin Terror.
Dragonborn?
Listen, well, I could be a kobold. Sure.
This needs to be us. The Krivkax then is like our secret identity, so we need to switch
Yeah.
appearances, become the adventuring party, and then switch back to the Krivkax family and be like, what?
Well,
What's
no,
happening?
yeah, we can't let anyone see us do that though, because that'll make us look very high level. But they would have heard of us if we were high level. We need to present ourselves as like a new adventuring
Yeah.
party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm fine with that.
One of the Terror Twins might be a little busy learning though. We'll see.
Well, we can just get in contact with them right now and just, you know.
Do you want to find out a little more about the place first, or do you want to just go straight to Clan Luminar and be like, hey?
If you can find out anything more, I can't think of any more questions, but any more information is always good usually.
Get a little minds chant going in the tavern.
Yeah. Oz, you on that?
Or
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
No.
Get on that. What I picked up from the barkeep is they're paying taxes to Luminar. Luminar aren't having them work just now because there's a monster. So hard times.
So should I do anything else? Or?
Say the palace isn't protecting the people, even when the industry is in jeopardy or something like that.
What?
it's more about the military isn't coming to help straight away, and people are losing their livelihood because the mines are closed because of this monster. And the crown doesn't give a shit, and they should.
Exactly.
So just do what I did before, but in this part?
Yeah,
Yeah, and mines, not
you
farms.
got it.
Okay. Mines.
Barkeep.
Okay, you gotta start conversation first. You can't go straight to chanting.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
I feel like I'm
Just psyching
you
myself
shouldn't
up.
have the title of revolution leader.
I'm psyching myself up. Okay.
Okay.
Just get in the zone.
Let the man work.
Okay. I will first order myself a drink and get in the
just brought
zone.
drinks to the table.
Oh yeah.
Fuck
I'll
it, I'll
drink
give
my
yours to the
drink.
child.
Is
I'll
there
drink
a
my
group
drink
of
and get in the
miners?
zone.
People like look. Are there people that look like miners?
Miners or
standing
miners?
around? Miners, as in,
There are no minors.
as in the ones that are in the mines, not
There are some people
the other kind of
who
miners.
are dressed in clothes that would make you think that they might be miners by trade, but they don't look like they don't look like they come fresh from the mines, fresh from work. But they're they're wearing fairly simple clothes, like the sort of things you'd be like, yeah, you could probably wear that down a mine. Most of them are nursing drinks.
Go on, Zorgar.
Okay, I'll just
From
start.
here on in, he's Oz.
Oars. Go on, oars.
I'll just start talking to people, particularly the people that look like they're miners or.
Sure. Where are you saying to them?
Just I'll start off with just some like general chat. Be like, oh hey, I'm just passing through, just training.
All right.
Training,
Yeah.
just walking through. Just a traveler.
Where are you headed?
You look like you're local lads.
Yeah.
You working
Born
around
and
here?
raised. Born and raised.
So you're working down in the mines?
Well, not anymore.
Well, how come? What's happened?
There's one of the old coal mines. Something's moved in. A couple of Gallic are gone missing, and I think there's been some. There's been a couple of disappearances as well.
Really?
Yeah. Scallon, he's gone. No one's seen him
What?
for a while.
So, what's happening? Are they dealing with it, or?
Well,
What's-
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? We're waiting for Caldrath to come.
Right.
Waiting for the cavalry.
Yeah.
And cavalry's not coming. And here we are. Pouring our savings down the drain. Because we can't work right now because we might get killed. Don't get hazard pay.
So, the king didn't send out the cavalry out here.
Well, not yet. They said, "Oh, yeah, we'll get them to you as soon as we can." But there's a war on and stuff. So the forces are spread thin. But I don't.
Yeah, but don't you think the people of Scale should be some kind of priority?
I mean, you'd think, really, wouldn't you?
I mean, you guys are just, like you said, you're throwing your life savings away here because you can't make any money. It's
Exactly. I can't.
ridiculous.
Been a miner for 20 years. I can't just
You can't just retrain
can't
and do
just-
something else.
change, can I?
No, that is ridiculous. See, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, why
We
don't
need
Luminar have guards for this sort of thing? Why are we having to rely on the military?
Man, you'd think
Where's our
that-
protection?
You'd think they'd be prepared for something like this. I mean, it is a mine. There's things like that can happen. I've heard of other mines in other places on the mainland and stuff having similar things where they get some kind of creature living down there and they just have to deal with it. At least they sort it out. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need better ruling on this island. Like they need to manage the resources better here.
Yeah, you're right. You're damn right. Finally someone's around here speaking some sense.
I've just been up talking to some farmers, just over that way, and
Right.
they were saying similar things. To be honest,
Well, there's death breathers living in their farms.
not the death breather exactly, but like they just seem pretty underwhelmed with like how the farms are being supported in the country. Like,
Yeah, it's not like it used to be. With my splash myself with water. It's not like the stories my dad used to tell me. No, the
I,
country's downhill.
I think honestly, Scale's past having just one king. I think we need some kind of, I don't know, some other kind of leader.
Yeah, multiple
Leadership
kings,
that's-
and they should be us.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
the country should be kind of influenced by the people, definitely.
yeah, because yeah, you're right. But I mean, it's never gonna happen, is it?
Oh, what do I know? I mean, how are your other mates feeling the same? Obviously, they're at work as well.
Yeah, I mean, we're all in the same boat, right? Aren't we, lads? Yeah. Never thought I'd be clamoring to get back in the mines, but here I am.
Yeah,
I miss them.
maybe we should try and do something.
I mean, what can we do? We can't go in there.
Yeah, not to do with the mines, just like get some kind of message to the clan leaders that something needs to be done about this.
I mean, they're not gonna care. They'll be like, what are they gonna do? They're just gonna get Caldrath to do it again, aren't they?
I guess.
I'll kick up a fuss. The collective voice is more powerful than the few.
I can't stop arguing.
Well, I think they would listen if there was more than one person. Strength in numbers in that.
Well, yeah, but who else is gonna? I mean, they're not gonna listen to us. And none of the clans are gonna. The only clans gonna listen to us is Luminar, and even then, they just tolerate it.
What are the clans without people like you though?
Exactly. Yeah.
Without the miners, that they will listen. If everyone is standing up and making a fuss and saying, "Look, this isn't how it should be. You should fucking deal with this. They need you. What are they going to do without you? They can't. The country's fucking built on people like you."
We are the mines.
Exactly.
We're the mines. We're the mines. We're the
mines.
Right.
Yeah,
We got that.
you get them on side pretty quickly. And the chant starts, starts spreading everywhere in the town. We're the mines. We're the mines. Some of them are more vocal than others,
Yeah.
Can I hear that from the smith, Jake?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Just a slight smile.
Tell them to spread the word.
Yeah. I'll tell them just tell all the miners. Tell everyone.
Yeah, we should march down to that office right now and we should demand something. Yeah, we should demand something.
You should demand that you're listened to and that they sort out your problem of the fucking death breather.
Yeah.
Think about how much force this country has. They could easily take out a death breather.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know what a death breather is, but how hard can it be?
They got whole armies. They got legions of soldiers.
Yeah, let's... I'm going right now. And that guy goes, he leaves. And his pals follow.
Should probably entrance.
The barkeep just like, they didn't pay.
Right?
Yeah, let's duck
Yeah.
into an alleyway like superheroes and emerge as waves of justice.
We
Run
really
into
can't
a
do
phone
that
booth and
without
spin and
Rurak,
come out.
because if I drop the spell, it'll drop on him, so we need to go fucking collect him.
Whoa.
Fucking got
Tempted.
the kids from the after school club as
Tempted.
well. God damn it!
Just fucking yell his name.
He's deaf.
I guess I'm off to quickly pick up Tempton.
Fucking let's run and get Tempton.
So it's been about half an hour. So, Tempton, you're working in the smithy. You're just getting into the groove of it, right? You're starting to, the smith they've got the shovel out. They're like, they're talking at you in a language you understand. But they're doing pretty good physical demonstrations. They're showing you how it all comes together. They're showing you the different temperatures you can work it at and stuff like that. And they're making progress. And then Naren comes in. And you're like, she's like showing you the shovel and stuff, and then Naren, you arrive.
Very sorry,
He doesn't.
but
He doesn't have to come with as long as I can see him when I cast it again. It should be fine.
well, as long as we're. Oh, so you can leave him looking like Tempton?
I think so. It just makes you look like that for the next 8 hours while we look like
Waves of
slightly
justice.
cooler people. Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Okay. I guess we'll have to ask Tempton. Sorry, I need to speak to Tempton real quick. Or signal him real quick.
All right.
Can I take him outside?
Sure, yeah.
Up here.
Situation report. Tempton.
White boy Wonder was suiting up. It's. Do you want to say it's?
I'm learning. I'm making this for you.
A revolution. I know. I want you to learn too, and I'm giving you the option. You can either stay here and keep learning, but we're going to go speak to the clan and then maybe go kill a monster.
Well, I want to kill
There's
a monster.
in the mines. There's a monster in the mines.
There's a monster. You'll pick up the rundown as we run down the streets, and they're all chanting, "We are mines." But just there's a monster in the mines. We are the waves of justice.
I heard that. I mean, you only gave me half an hour.
I'm sorry.
Well, we can
All's
come back
works
at some
fast.
point.
Right, well, fine. Explain to her that we'll be back.
I hate being a dad of two ungrateful children. I'll go in.
How am I ungrateful? Well, look what I'm doing for you.
Jake, did you get my message?
I did. You won't have had time to start on it. Well, you just started when Aaron comes in, right? Like you're
Okay,
just
yeah.
you're doing the first strike, and then it's like Aaron's like ding dong.
Oh. Well, I'll kind of give it to her on my way out and just be and like.
I
Yeah,
think
I'll just give it to her for now.
fantastic. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I have to take Tempton. Might be back tomorrow if that's all right.
Of course, yeah. What a lovely young lad. He's so. It's wonderful seeing that the craft is in such good hands. She pats Tempton on
He
the
got
head.
on well here today.
If I learned any word in sign, I'll give her that and then I'll go and the other
Yeah,
way.
you learn the word for temper.
Cool.
And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah. And she signs it back.
Yeah.
Cool.
Plus
I
this
know-
really nice blacksmith.
Yeah, she's so nice.
Yeah,
Very nice. All right, cool. Let's go.
let's suit up.
Okay, I'm gonna make people look different now. We're gonna look like
Notes.
less good adventurers than us, but better than
So-
what the Kripkax family. We're gonna need new names. We're gonna need new names.
I'm on it.
How do I make a new note, Jake?
You should go into the journal,
Create
and then you should have a
entry.
create entry button.
I see. Thank you.
You guys can't delete notes, so if you need to delete a note, let me know and I can delete it for you.
Right. Okay. So, am I making the short people look like not Dragonborn, but the little versions like Gekis? I can't remember the word.
Cobalt.
What?
Cobalt.
I thought you said Topok. I was like, what? Cobalt. There we go. Kobold. Okay, so me and Rurak are gonna be kobolds, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're a pair of kobolds. Kobold twins.
Sick.
Everyone else is very. What colors does everyone want to be?
Still
anyone-
red.
Blue.
Red best.
Blue.
Blue. Okay, that's fine. I'll make Raffin a green.
Cool.
I'd like to be blue. I'm
Blue
cool.
gang.
Do you get kobolds or blue?
So you've not seen any. You've only seen red
Mm.
kobolds.
Have we decided what color Tempton is?
He
I
can
don't
be.
think so.
I'd like Tempton to be blue. Blue is lightning, right?
Blue is a reasonable. Yeah, blue. Yeah, blue does breathe lightning.
Okay.
I hate to break it to you, Rurak. You won't actually learn how to breathe lightning.
I know, but I was wondering if I could like do a little trick with my hand and like go, and I'm casting it from my hand, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out later.
No one else would know about kobolds. Okay, well, we have new identities now anyway. Cast the spell.
Sure. Okay.
So everyone is just Dragonborn except from me and Rurik.
All right. Do you have like weapons and armor and stuff on you?
Yes, but kind of basic looking ones, I would
Sure,
say.
okay.
Like, yeah, like semi alright. So we look capable enough, but not that we would be like famous or anything.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Cheeky 6th level adventurers.
I don't know what level people tend to become famous at, especially in their own country. Like scale is pretty small, so.
Fair enough.
Sure. So you guys all regroup and find somewhere out of the way to get your costumes on, and then I cast her spell, and you'll all suit up. You kind of arrive back at like a lot of your the people who've been here since Brinewood. You kind of wind up back in that sort of like there's notes of how you looked back in that sort of era of your adventures. Your armor's a little simpler. Zorgar's back to his original axe. Naren's got just like regular tridents. Nautilus seems quite indignant about this. He's threatening to yell if you don't set the record straight on who he really is. I guess Muir probably looks fairly similar because she doesn't have anything like super crazy. Her breastplate is, not like the weird like magnetic iron fighting thing that it normally is. And Raffin looks largely the same. You guys are all disguised, and you can hear the chant in the distance of "We are the mines! The mines are us! We are the mines! The mines are us!" In the distance. And then also yelling. What do you guys do?
Let's go to the office.
Go to the office, see if we can maybe enter through the back. Because
Shouldn't we
there'll
make
be
a
lot of
dramatic-
people guarding the front.
Should we make a dramatic entrance? Kind of like, well, haha, we are, sort of the people or whatever, or something.
As long as that doesn't provoke them into stabbing us.
It shouldn't.
We're
Why
offering
did
to take care of their problem, probably not.
We, the waves of justice, have come to vanquish the death breather.
For the
Something like
people.
that.
Yeah,
Or-
for the people. We
the
have to make sure
Shit,
that's.
yeah, we can't make money from that. Damn it.
What?
Okay.
We have enough money.
No,
I
I
have
looked
not-
at Naren's
I have
pocket.
not-
Naren does not have much petty change.
You fucking become king. I'm sure you'll have plenty then.
We'll see.
Yes, Balasar's gonna have some pretty sick loot on him. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
What weapon does Valasar use as a sword?
You've seen him. Well, I mean, actually, that little freeze frame with the cerulean will probably be the first time Naren's ever actually seen Valasar. But he had a sword on his waist. That would tally with how Zorka had seen him.
Must be a pretty small, pathetic sword. Right.
It's shorter than your normal sword, but it's like really chunky. It's like a meat cleaver almost, but like made of glass.
Code sword.
Yeah, are you guys just heading in the direction of the shouting?
Yes.
Sure.
Remember, drama.
Striding.
You guys stride in the direction of the chanting. You can, as you kind of round the corner, you see this crowd there. They've got their pickaxes. They're all thrusted them into the air, going, "We are the mines. The mines are us." And then there's this like sort of kind of almost receptionist-looking person. They've got white scales. They're looking kind of frantic at this whole thing. They're like, "Please, people, please, please, please. I assure you, we are working round the clock to resolve this issue. We appreciate and understand your concerns. We've noted them. We'll make sure that we are supporting you just as best as we possibly can. Now, please, there's no need for all of this." And then you guys kind of turn up. And they kind of like look at you, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And then they just don't even acknowledge you. They're just like, honestly, truly, we apologize profusely for the delay. We of course do not want to see the mines shut any longer than they are, but it's simply not safe. What do you guys do?
I guess address the secretary
Be
and say that.
charismatic.
Hello
Push
there.
Naren and Zorgar
We would like to
by the
speak
ass
to your
forward.
whoever's in charge. We may be able to lower my voice and get a bit closer and be like, help you with your little predicament.
Sure. Yeah. So like the crowd of miners just like parts for you guys, like just instinctively, and you guys step forward, and the receptionist person is just kind of like looks at you and is like, yes, of course. You see, everyone, we have the situation firmly under control. Look who's just arrived. Why don't you all just head inside? We'll meet with you shortly. Just as soon as we listen to our friends' problems here and make sure we are catering for everyone as best we can.
Naren's got to lift his fist into the air and go, miners!
Yes, we are the mines.
For the people.
Who's that? I don't
Say
know.
in common.
Do we say that we're waves of justice?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Okay, well, you're here too,
Zorgar,
Zorgar.
you do it.
Speak up!
You're probably.
We are the waves of justice.
The what?
The waves of justice.
We're here to help you with your problem.
Hey!
Yeah, power to the people and all. Yeah, I
You
can say that.
see, we have prompted action. We have made our voices heard, and they have been answered. And the crowd started kind of calms down. The chant kind of dies down, and the receptionist is like, "Really, why don't you head inside? We'll get someone in to speak with you just as soon as possible."
Thank you very
Can I
much.
pull on Zorgar's sleeve to like bring him down?
Yes.
Give him a speech. Now's your chance. Come on.
Are they starting to leave at this point?
Most of them are kind of like hanging around to see what's going on. Some of them are drifting away.
Give him a speech.
For the people, the waves of justice, corrupt systems.
Okay.
Farming
I'll-
subsidies.
I'll give a wee speech.
Sure.
Is there like a point where I can get up above like so I can talk to all of them?
Yeah,
Like a rock I can stand on or something?
Well, like there's the office, and the office has there's steps leading up to the office, and there's a kind of like a porch area on the office. You can stand at the top of the porch. Absolutely.
Yeah,
See
I'll do
everyone.
that.
Sure. The receptionist is just like watching this and just kind of like yields, but it's also just like you can see that like, oh my fuck, what the fuck is going on? This is oh fuck. They look up they have a little crisis.
What's the name of this village again?
Aris.
Yes.
Okay, I go up on the stairs and I'm like, Miners of Ors! I have
Oris.
come.
Your name is
You
Oris.
got...
I said Oris.
Oris.
I said Miners of Oris.
That's us.
Now is your time to stand up
It is.
and show that your voices must be heard.
They must. Hey, we are the mines. We are the mines.
We own the mines.
We are the mines. The chant starts up again.
Just keep them like riled up.
Sure, okay. The receptionist is like, please, why don't you all just go inside? We can, I'll have someone discuss this with you.
I'll start heading in.
Please forgive him. He's quite passionate.
That's
Jake,
quite alright.
I'd like to be beside Oars, being a little hype man, cutting shapes like Meek, just like you know, I've got a little hammer. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, look at that dude. He's brilliant. Yeah, yeah. We are the mines.
He sees
I'm
Tim.
over
As you can see, he has nice fights.
He's not
Is it
Titan,
him?
you're not awesome anymore, remember?
Hammers for hens.
Did you give us
Different
fake
people.
names yet, Matt? We
I've
need
got
them.
some for you. Do you want them?
We
Mhm.
need them.
Right, I'm
Yes.
gonna read out
Order.
names and then people just claim them instead of me assigning them.
Oh, that's difficult.
Male name, Arhan, Balasar.
Dick Balasar.
Okay, Gesh, Kriv, Men, Nadar, Patron, Rogar.
Ruga.
I'm
Ruga's
Gesh.
sick.
Female names, we got Akra, Dar, Nala, Sora, Tafra, Ujit.
I want to be Ujit.
Havilah is another female name. Jahia,
Kavalar.
Kava, yeah. Who hasn't got a name yet?
I just claimed one and then
I'm just
immediately
uncle.
forgot what one it was.
I think you claimed Havilah, was it not?
Kavalar. There we go.
Havilah. Yeah, everyone remember your names because I will not. I'm
How do you
surprised
spell my
that-
name?
Balasar.
Is it just one L or is it two?
It's one. I'm surprised no one claimed Rogar.
I'm tempted to go with that one. Rogar is cool. But Balasar is funnier.
Right, everyone type in their names into the general bingo chat and I will
Which
create a
ones?
note.
Which one was left? Because I was unclear.
There's a bunch. This is for different characters now. Wave of Justice people.
Ah,
So go to the
right.
bathroom. I'll let you guys organize.
We got Torin left, Nadar, Tarhan, Mehen,
Darn.
Kriv, Patron, Rogar's left still, Heskin.
I'll go Rogar, though it sounds like a sort of cure for baldness.
Marin's probably got to go with Kriv.
It's also like Roger.
Crib.
Roger.
Roger. Rogar. Rogar Rabbit.
Yeah.
He framed Rogar
Alright, what's
Rabbit.
your one?
Kriv. Kriv.
Does anyone know how to make a folder in the journal?
I
I
think
can make
Jake,
individual notes.
It's only
But...
Jake, I believe.
okay, I'll ask him to make one then.
And what was Raffin's one?
Rogar.
Rogar.
Rogar, sorry, yeah, which is RH Ogar.
Like rough or. Okay, I think that's everyone.
Finally, the waves of justice are here.
It sounds a wee bit alt-righty though, doesn't it?
Hello.
Hello.
Zazen doesn't have a fake name yet.
Yeah, it's the waves of
No,
justice.
he's got Brexit in the general.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so there's a note for it now, so everyone can
Resistance is
see their name.
futile.
Do you need anyone have last names? Like I'm assuming probably Matt and
I
Zorgar
feel
characters
like
have last names.
we're foregoing last names because we're all of lower clans, so therefore it doesn't matter.
Okay, but if anyone asks, you're gonna have to make something up.
Well, we're kobolds.
That was
So
our
Yeah, we're
barcades.
kobolds, so we're fine.
I'm a very rotund kobold.
Nice. Are you guys just heading in? Or are you still organizing stuff?
Yeah, go now.
Sure. Are you all going in? Is anyone not going in?
No, I think we're all going.
Yes, you guys head into this little office. The receptionist-looking person, Clark, comes in behind you and kind of shuts the door with maybe a little more force than is necessary, and kind of just goes. So you said you're. Have you been sent for? Are you Keldrath?
No, we're not.
Who are you?
We are an adventuring party named the Waves of Justice.
Right. Have you? Do you have a prior appointment?
No, but do you have a current solution?
No!
Well, see, well, so
So
the thing
was
is,
the hype band in the back.
so the thing is, well, see, this is all really. I'm not really. I'm just a receptionist. You know, I'm not really
yeah, I
in charge
know.
here.
So
but-
please allow us to speak to who's in charge, and we'll discuss it with them.
Well, see, that's the thing is, I'm in charge today.
What do you
Well,
mean
then-
today?
Well, it's my shift. You know, I can get someone else, but it might be tomorrow. For the,
So is it just whoever's on shift is in shift?
well, Loris isn't here right now. Normally,
Lars.
Loris would normally
Loris.
deal with it.
Their
where's
surname
Lars?
wouldn't happen to be. Hang on while I remember the
Suros.
clan's names. No. Someone help me. Ends with an L.
Luminar.
Thank you, Luminar.
Well, yes.
Okay.
So what is it? So you are
I'm Kriv.
Kriv. Lovely to meet you. I'm Taryn. So what
I
is
am
it?
Balasar.
Right. Okay.
Avalon!
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Does anyone else have a name?
This is Rogar.
Legit.
And what she said. And this is. What, Patrick, what's your name?
Gash.
Gash.
Right. Okay. And you're. And what did you say? An adventuring company.
Yes.
That is
Right.
our business.
I see.
Adventure.
And you're interested in taking on this problem in the mines.
Yeah,
Is that
free
right?
of charge.
What's the catch?
No catch.
There's always a catch.
We simply were a smaller adventuring party, and we wish to gain a bit more of a name for ourselves. And
For
it
the
seems to
people.
be
So
whenever
you
we
want to do
ask-
this?
People.
You want to do this job for exposure?
for the people. Yes.
The people deserve better.
All right. Well, do you have
We
the
want the miners
necessary
to be able to
equipment?
work.
Sorry, what did you say?
Do you have the necessary equipment?
I believe so. Yes, we are fully equipped in containment devices and weapons.
Well, how are you with gas?
What?
Well,
Yes, you said.
how much do you know
Gas,
about the
dude.
problem with the mines?
There's a
limited.
death breather
Yes. Do you know why it's called a death breather?
No.
because it breathes gas. I'm assuming.
Because it can breathe the poisonous gas in the mines.
Sounds like I was right. Almost.
But you probably can't. You know, we've had to. It's living in this. We think it's living in this old branch, which is it's filled with mine gas.
Oh.
So it's we had to shut that branch down because no one could go in there, or they die.
I see. I see.
What's the harm here? You let us try Keldrath show up before we succeed. Keldrath deals with it. If we succeed before Keldrath show up, problem
But
solved.
The problem is
Are
you're an
Keldrath
adventuring
coming?
party, and people always there's always a lot of paperwork when that happens. You know, if you die, like here's the thing: if you go in there and you don't make it out, then that's my problem.
We'll make it out.
Fear not, we shall not
We'll be
perish
fine.
in the mines.
Well, how are you with gas though? That's what I'm saying. Like, the gas down there can kill.
Rogar
He's-
here is a natural
he's-
gas breather.
He's really good at holding his breath.
That just breathes gas really well.
This is really. I really don't have the authority for this.
But you said you're in charge, so you
Well, I'm
do.
in charge today, but
And
So
today we are
you're in
here.
charge today.
give us a persuasion check, Naren.
I don't even know how we would deal with gas.
Can I
We'll deal with
feed
that
it
problem
It gets
later.
oxygen, you know. Better nitrogen. Nitrogen.
Can I feasibly give them a +6 for this if I don't understand what they're saying? It's just
This
No,
this
being
is kind of a
cool.
sustained persuasion
fair
check,
enough.
basically. If you can come up for a good way of how you would help make Naren more persuasive, then sure.
tough and cool in the background, looking capable and confident.
Breathing
Uh,
gas.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
Just huffing gas in the background.
He kind of he looks at Aaron and says, "Look, officially, I don't really have the authority to do this. Officially, I would have to say, come back tomorrow when Loris gets back. But if you're not looking for any compensation for this, if you don't need Luminar's authority to enter the mines. In fact, it would kind of be easier if you're really confident you can deal with this and you're fully aware of the risks and everything. You could just go in and deal with it, and I'll pretend I don't know. Or you can wait until tomorrow when Lars comes back.
We'll see what happens.
All right. So just you wait until tomorrow when Loris comes back, and he'll talk to you about this and make sure everything's on the up and up.
Is this person a man or a woman?
They look like a man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You seem pretty good with the crowd. Could you get them to disperse a little?
No bother. I'll get a head PR person to disperse them.
Thank you.
Balasar?
Huh?
Like I said, a capable bunch, always attentive. I'll disperse the crowd outside, please.
He goes in. He goes to a desk as well, and he pulls out a map, and he circles a section on it, and he makes some notes on it, and gives it to you, which is a map of the mines, which I will give to you at some point. We probably won't do the mines right now.
Cool.
But I will. I owe you a map with annotations on it, but it has information on the entrance. It has like some stuff like, oh, there's a rock fall here. There's a big bit that's circled and says "Death Breather?" ? And there's like a bit where it's like hole, don't fall in, and stuff like that. So I'll just make a note there to give you that. I'll just set it up. I'll make those notes on a map in the tabletop probably. I'll also give you a handout of it. But yeah, he hands it
Have you
over.
ever made a gas mask before?
I might not have just been looking at the spells.
Okay, so it seems like we've learned some really good information that one of the clan leaders is coming here tomorrow. That also implies that whatever their name is, Balin, is returning to his estate tomorrow as well, most likely.
If we can solve the problem for the clan leader before they arrive,
I think
that's
we'll try and solve this tonight.
Yep.
We stick around to speak to them tomorrow. We maybe have to make a hasty exit, head towards Balin Estate, and continue on from there.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Sound
Alright.
plan.
Minor hiccup. Gas.
Mm-hmm.
And
Can
surely the
we
mine
magic
miners,
gas away?
It can
Miners
wind
must have
it
gas
away.
masks.
True.
surely some miners have gas masks.
At this
Right.
point in fantasy history? Not sure
I don't know. We should
about
ask.
that.
We should find out.
I'm assuming they. Oh, I don't know actually.
What are the chances Muir could on the spot invent a gas mask?
I've invented a robot. I feel like gas mask is a step backwards.
I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
I'll accompany. What's Finn? What's your character's alias name?
Balasar.
Balasar. Yeah. I'll jump up on the railings and before Balasar arrives, hype up the crowd again for his arrival.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just cutting shapes, you know. Raising the hammer.
Yeah.
Make some sort of spacesuit, but for gas.
Gas suit.
We should first ask to see if the miners do anything for it as is, and then go from there.
Yeah,
Maybe with
first-
Rurek's the rock knowledge, you might know more about it.
first
I mean,
with,
Rurak would know if at least in dwarves had gas masks. What's the dwarven solution to this kind of thing, Jake?
Usually they just try and make if they get a pocket of gas somewhere, they will usually try and just like drill in from above and try and vent it out basically. Usually.
Okay.
They have some mushrooms that will also absorb certain gases.
Can I have a look at the map and see if I can identify a cavern on top of the gas pocket that looks like I could make a hole in it and it would vent it?
The map is only on one level of the mine.
Okay. I'll pull Naren's sleeve and be like, I need more. I need the layer above, the floor above as well.
Okay. Can I ask the man if he has a map?
Also ask him if the miners have a kind of gas mask already.
Yeah. Ask for gas masks.
No, we.
I know, I said we were
if we had
perfectly
if we had the gas mask equipment, we would, we wouldn't really be in quite this predicament. There isn't a level above. There's a level below. There's a mine shaft he points to the map where it says Big Hole, and says, that gives you access to the layer underneath.
Right. Do you have a map of the layer underneath?
Yes, somewhere. It's not perfect. This map seems a lot smaller, it's not quite as extensive.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's also like kind of finished being drawn. Oh, man.
Okay. We'll have to think of something else then. We'll have to find some other solution. But
Yeah.
cool.
For now, I need Balasar to do what we said to this man we would do.
Which is...
Disperse the crowd.
Oh, okay. But why?
Because
Okay.
we want to get on this guy's good side.
You can still keep them hyped and everything, just get them to leave here because the problem is kind of being solved, so they don't really need to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Just
It's
tell
like-
them to keep the conversation going with their friends and comrades.
Okay. Should I
Jake.
do that
Like-
now?
Yes.
Yeah, just,
Slightly dumb question. I don't think this is going to be the solution to our problems. But how many medium creatures put together would make a large creature?
4.
Okay. So, dumb idea. Probably there's no reason, but if push comes to shove, the Zorb can fit 4 of us.
All right.
Can you summon 2 Zorbs?
No. Would water breathing help?
What if we put wheels on the tiny hut?
Would water breathing help? Not sure.
I don't know how
sure it
water
would.
works.
Can we ignite the poison?
No big
Do you want to cause a cave-in?
Maybe. That'll kill it.
Yeah, that's sometimes
Yeah,
what the
but
dwarves do. They just blow shit up. But not all poison gases in mines are flammable. Some of them are the
They
opposite.
do have explosives, so.
I mean, we're gonna have to figure that out first because I'm gonna be walking in there with a fucking flaming staff.
Yes, that's a good point.
Can I take Raffin aside? And
Where?
I'll say like, hey Raffin, in the mines we used to have these mushrooms that would eat up the gas sometimes. Have you seen anything around these parts that could maybe do something like that, or know any plant magic that can do something like that?
Jake, can I do like a nature check? Would I have seen anything so far?
I mean, you wouldn't have seen anything personally because, certainly you wouldn't have seen anything personally in this area because the mushrooms, like plants that will take in poisonous gases, will grow where the poisonous gases are, naturally, normally. So you've not seen any, but you've heard that they exist, and you know that that's a reasonably common thing.
So
for
we'd
plants
find
with
them where the
different
poison
respiration.
gas is.
Potentially, yeah. If they're anywhere,
Yeah,
that's
so-
usually where they start.
I'm just trying to
Raffin, like,
think. Huh?
you know how you can make like plants grow and things? Maybe you could make those mushrooms grow, and that could
Yeah,
eat
I'm
the
wondering,
gas.
can I do specific plants, Jake? I don't know that I can.
You need the plant there. You can't spontaneously cause plants to grow. But you can enhance the growth of plants that
Yeah.
already exist, if that makes sense.
I'm just wondering if there's
Water
some
breathing
other thing.
unlikely to work because it says affected creatures also retain their normal mode of respiration. If it was like you can breathe underwater because you don't have to breathe anymore, then sure that would work.
Would it be possible to use a medicine skill and try and make some sort of anti-poison thing that we could take?
Potentially. Give us a medicine check.
You can have +6.
Oh, it's in that one. I was going to say medicine because I rolled. It's still 11. I get +10.
Oh,
And I get +6 as well.
Ooh.
So that's what, 17. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, you know exactly what you would use to make one of those things, except one of the key ingredient is something that only grows in the Viridian.
Oh, right.
Um,
Dang.
Would it be
Mm.
Daisy Highway?
Oh, it'd be a while though. It would be
Yeah.
It would be a day in between each one, but I could do
Oh
it.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't necessarily have to do it in one day.
Yeah, I mean, I could go and get the stuff if we needed it, if that, because that might be just the ticket, eh?
Maybe.
We should explore other options first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to? I mean, I could always head off and go and get the stuff while you thought of other options, or it's up to you.
We'll explore other options until just before nightfall.
How you
And
doing
if
fire? That's cool.
ooh, there's a little magic wand thing you can click on the left. That'll do the fire for you.
Oh,
I have a spell that makes me invulnerable to poison, but that only sorts me out.
You think
And
you
it's
can
like-
one-on-one a Death Eater?
Probably not. I mean, I could like try and get him
Death
to
Breather,
pull me
sorry.
out. So
Oh, no bad idea.
We could lure him out and then we could kill him.
Can we flood him out?
but also I don't know how big this area is that's got all the poison in it. And I don't know how long it would take to
Jake.
get to it, because
Yeah.
the spell only lasts a minute.
Would I know of any animals that would be able to survive in the poison?
Give us a nature check.
Oh, play. Hold on.
What colour scales is Zazen?
Green.
Green.
It's resistance.
I got 22.
22.
Poison.
You've never seen one close enough to wild shape into it, but you know that there are some species of like snakes that can do it, and there are some insects as well like that don't that will breathe like Rattle wouldn't think of it
Yeah.
like this, but like they breathe like carbon monoxide or something.
But nothing I could change into though.
With a 22, there's probably something you can change into, but it wouldn't be combat effective, but it would allow you to go in and have a look around.
Yes, I'm thinking if there's something I could
There's
change
like an
into,
insect you know how to turn into.
if I could find some of those mushrooms, for instance, bring some
Yeah.
of that back.
That would be really great. If you could do that.
I shall try. I'll
Um,
turn into the
Wait,
hardiest
see,
thing I can.
we don't
Yeah.
know what the Death Breather is. Is there any chance it could be a poison-breathing dragon?
Ooh,
Yeah.
drag it in a dungeon.
Yeah.
It's
Could be.
More likely than you think.
The chances are up there.
Because we know that dragons can breathe poison. What other things can breathe poison?
I don't know any other stuff off the top of my head.
Well, is there any creatures I would
Insects and
know of
snakes, apparently.
that can live in poisonous gas? Jake?
Give us a nature check.
Nature.
At best, you'd probably know about the same ones that Raffen does.
Oh, can I help
I
with
meant
that
more,
with my
I meant more like magical arcana creatures.
Oh, sure.
But if you want me to make
I mean, give us an Arcana check then if you're thinking more like that.
Okay, trying to figure out how to do these things.
Is there anything that Dwarven history would have like that as well? Any kind of gas caused by a creature?
Yeah, give us a history check.
What did I roll?
16 it says.
16.
With a 16,
Okay.
I mean, you know that like undead don't have to breathe. Ghosts, which so they're undead. Elementals don't normally have to breathe. A lot of the time, like water elementals can, they can kind of just absorb a lot of poison gas into their form and it doesn't really bother them. Fire elementals don't really have problems with it for different reasons. Earth elementals are too.
Can I
Okay.
get crossover with creatures that could make you forget seeing them?
On a 16,
Or
you've
can
got no
do-
idea what can
Okay.
be immune to poison and also make you forget seeing them.
Okay.
Um,
I remember that was a thing they said, right? That some of the miners that had seen it had forgotten what it looked like or something.
Mm-hmm.
and then what did Rick get? An 8.
Yeah.
You're not aware of anything on 8, Rick. Most of the stories about like like poison gases is like when they've done a big explosion or whatever to try and sort it out, or they've occasionally there's one story where they used like bellows from like the big forge in Bronzehold. They like tubed up the bellows to like flush out all the gas and ignite it safely somewhere else.
Okay.
That's about the extent of it.
All right.
How big is the? We've got a map of it, right? Is there a bit that outlines where the gas is on the map?
Yes, I don't have a map for you.
Okay.
But the map is. It looks like there's not a scale on the map, but based on like comparing it to the tunnels and stuff, it looks like it's maybe like 20 feet wide by about like 30 feet long. The bit that's circled is Death Breather? Question mark.
Okay, that's not too bad. We could. I've got a couple like wind spells. I could try and blow the gas out.
It is a
Blow it
sealed
out of the
compartment.
line.
There's like one way in and one way out. If that makes sense.
Okay, so we'd have to go in first, though.
Yeah.
But I could gust it past us.
I can help with that.
So that's an option.
It's not as fun or flashy, but if we can't find a way to get through the gas, if I can see it, I can try to cast plane shift on it and just send it to space.
Yeah.
Because I just realized you can cast plane shift on other people. So, and if it goes to the wrong place, not our problem.
Well, if it's not a
us
person. Does it have to be a
creature.
person? Oh, creature.
No,
Cool.
it's a
Cool.
creature.
I feel like we should probably
Scouting?
slay it because
Oh,
then
absolutely.
because more just because getting like the trophy from it kind of thing, proving that we actually did it. You know, they're gonna have a lot of questions if we suddenly just made it completely disappear.
Yeah. That was just as like a last ditch solution.
If you're casting that from the amulet, Izzy, the amulet only lets you target yourself. So you could bring it, but you'd have to go to 2.
No.
No, yeah.
You can use the spell to banish an unwilling creature to another plane.
Yeah, you
Choose a
can use
creature within your
you can
reach
use the
and
spell to
melee
do that,
spell.
but the amulet of planes specifically says you can only target yourself.
Oh, okay, my bad. That's
let me just
boring.
double check that.
Cool if we knew a shopping plane where we could just buy everything we want. You know, buy a gas mask.
Maybe if we could get to the magic shop, maybe they have gas masks.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh no,
Another
sorry.
Daisy Highway
yeah.
trip.
No, I'm sorry. You're right, Izzy. It doesn't actually say you can only do it yourself. Some of them do.
Good to check. No worries. Anyway, so yeah, I would agree though. We should probably slay it. But if things go really tits up and we start dying from gas, we don't have to hang around. It's what I meant.
Cool. Sounds like a good plan. I think we should scout it because
Yeah, for sure.
all of our solutions are based off of observations of what it is and what is in the environment. So let's go. Fraffin, I think, should go in like as like some sort of gas breathing thing and scout out a little bit, and then we can. Yeah.
So I was forgetting about the elementals. I think there's at least 2 of them. Like that are so. If we do go in to fight it, I can always fight it as like an air elemental or water one.
Could we use the water elementals, use water breathing, and stay in the water elementals?
Yes, you could.
Ooh.
I could keep the water elementals. If you're
Whoa. Water suit.
yeah, because
That's a good
Water
idea,
mech.
actually.
there would be me and it's one I can summon, Jake, not two, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's like
So-
But
Could
they're
I
large
keep the-
creatures as well.
And so we can fit 4 of us per water elemental. Water elemental.
The only thing is if whatever we're fighting, that's why I think I should probably go and scout it out first, because if depending on what we're fighting, if it battered somebody out of a
Well-
water elemental, then
As long as we get into the cavern and into the end of the cavern, me and Rurik can both use our wind spells to push the gas
Of
out
course,
of the
yeah.
cavern. And then we'll be fine, I think. Sounds like a solid plan.
I think I've got a wind spell as well.
Yeah, sounds good. I
Just
dropped
out of
it.
curiosity, could you send in Grant and ask him if they stock gas masks?
Alright, I'll give it a go. Grant!
You hear a lot of crashing.
No.
Hey man,
Hey,
how are you? You're not supposed to be able to get a direct line to me. What's going on?
Well, I was wondering if you had any gas masks in stock.
Are you in my brain?
A little
Sorry,
bit,
man.
just for the
Gas
wee one.
masks. What do you mean?
Something
Like
that
masks
will
made of
let
gas?
us
We've got
breathe.
them, yeah.
More masks that would, or not necessarily masks, but something that would let all of us be able to breathe poison without dying,
Got some potions.
like poison gas.
I've got a bucket that would do, but you can't see out of it.
Mm.
Is any of that of interest to you, man?
Maybe not. I don't think so. But it was. Thanks anyway, Grant.
I've got depending on the situation, I could give you that box, the one that makes it. You put it on, and it looks like from the inside, it looks like you're underwater. If it's a placebo, would do. That would maybe work. I'll check with Tim. I'll get back to you. Well, you'd have to get back to me because I can't talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
I might get back to you. I might. It depends.
Okay.
See you later,
Okay.
Grant.
Bye. She's in
I
my
miss Grant. We should pop back in there.
I don't think he has anything. Plus, it would be expensive anyway.
Yeah,
That's true.
that shop is extortion. Love
Mhm.
them, but they're extortion.
Very bougie.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we have a plan now. Then sorted, kind of.
Okay, so what is your plan? Run it by me.
We go to the mines. We'll investigate a little bit first, just to figure out what the gas is and everything. Then the main plan is Raffin summons water elemental and turns into water elemental. We cast water breathing on ourselves, go into the water elementals, and then travel through into the main bit of the cavern, and then hopefully gust out the poison. If not, who fucking knows? Plan
When I'm
might
down there
change. However.
scoping, I'll scope, see whether it's possible to, because it might, if the cavern's sort of sealed, it might not be able to blow it out, but I'm sure we will.
Sure. Okay. Well, that seems like a nice place to stop. We'll pick up in 2 weeks, not 1 week. We'll pick up in 2 weeks with, I guess, the doing of that plan. If the plan changes, let me know. And I'll get ready for it. So if you watch the stream, cheers for watching me back in 2 weeks' time, which is like the something of April. See you then.